I ain't messing up this time. And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with anyway, what do you want to talk about today? What you feeling today?
Let's hop right into basketball. We're conference finals time. One game down apiece in each of the series. And,
2 games.
One game apiece. Or 2 games in Boston. Yes, sorry about that. I forgot about that. They played last night. Boston beat the brakes off the Pacers.
Yeah.
It's kind of expected on the road. The first game was a lot closer. Indiana let that one slip through their hands.
That was poor coaching, poor playing, poor clock management. It was everything. Like anything bad that could go wrong went wrong for them in that last 27 seconds.
Yeah, man, you can't do that. And the thing is that out of bounds play, they had used their challenge already, so they couldn't challenge that play at the end of the game that would have probably awarded them the ball and another chance to get it inbounded.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the call was the wrong call, I think. Looking back at the replay, Indiana would have probably sealed that one from the free throw line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks, man, but what can you do? We already knew Boston was probably going to roll them. It would have been nice to see the Pacers steal that first one to see if they could get any momentum. It looks like they lost a lot of it last night.
And not looking
Boston,
good going into game 3 either.
No,
Halliburton is questionable.
Right. He's a little banged up. You can't do that. Yeah, this team runs.
They're too good.
Halliburton.
Yeah.
And Boston's way too good to really overcome that kind of that injury. So we'll see. We've said it from the go that Boston's probably going to win this series and kind of walk their way into
the championship.
Yeah, into the finals here.
Yeah.
But the most intriguing matchup is definitely Minnesota-Dallas. Dallas stole one on the road for game 1. They're getting ready to tip off here shortly.
Ridiculous game, bro.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like, I watched it. And
I think everyone's going to be this way. The spread's 6 tonight, and I'm like, I like Minnesota, so I took a money line.
I did not pick this game at all. I didn't pick any of it. I'm doing a bunch of prop bets for it. I
took the over.
I took the over.
207.
I took the over 207. That's part of it.
I think the over's definitely there.
As far as like just picking,
Pray
a
for
winner,
OT, and then you're just it's funny.
yeah, yeah. But it's just I don't know, man. Watching that game the other night, I think Anthony Edwards caused half of the problem by pretty much coming out saying he wanted Kyrie.
He guarded him well though.
I don't think giving up
That
37.
was but it was the second half you wanted Kyrie. It wasn't at the beginning of the game.
He said it in the beginning.
He did? I thought
Yes.
it was at halftime.
He said it at the end of the series.
Oh, okay. Well, better lace him up tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think Kyrie's going to play out of his mind like he did the last
That
game.
the other night, dude. Everything he threw up went in.
Yeah. I mean, he had some
Everything.
extra motivation then.
Oh,
I thought
God.
it was a halftime move. My bad.
No,
I didn't watch that whole game. I didn't catch it till later.
No, he was firing.
Yeah.
He was firing. Then you add Luka being Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. Dude, if they had one more guy, they had a solid number 3. I think PJ Washington is trying to be that guy a little.
He's coming around to be in that guy, but he's still young. I mean, not super young by any means, but he's younger in terms of being new to this team.
Yeah.
So,
We talked about this a little. I don't think we touched on this. That would be a good place if Paul George was willing to play
the 6-man.
third fiddle, 6-man. That could be a scary situation.
I mean, that's not a bad move for him. Like we talked about OKC, it'd be a good spot there too.
Yeah.
But
Dallas is getting ready to kick out some money though. Luka is now eligible for the $354 million Supermax.
Well, you got to do it.
And you know he's going to take it.
Yeah.
They're going to throw it out there because, those Supermaxes they're allowed to go over the cap and stuff with. You can sign your own guys and go over the cap.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do that. There's no reason you wouldn't.
What I want to see is I want to see one of these guys say, you know what? I don't need that. Give me this and let's bring somebody in that we can win a championship with. That's what I want to see.
I mean, they're on
It ain't going to happen.
They could be on the verge right now.
They could be. They could be.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, you want to talk about motivation for Kyrie. How about giving it back to Boston?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a lot of motivation right there. Might be one of those things where it's too much, though.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm looking forward to tonight's game. If we get another game like the other night, just fantastic. I mean,
That's
it
what
was
we're hoping
good.
for. That's what I'm hoping
It
for. I
was
feel like
great.
every game like in this series is going to be that way.
Yeah,
Just a lot of back and forth.
I don't foresee any kind of blowout. I took a lot of under stuff on the other night, expecting Minnesota to play defense like they've been playing, and man, Kyrie kind of shot that for me big time.
Well, yeah, what'd you expect?
Wasn't expecting freaking 70 between the two of them. 70 points, like 15 rebounds or 15 assists and 10 or 11 rebounds, something like that between the two of them. That's insane numbers.
They are.
But I don't know. We'll see. I know I said this to you earlier. I just want to reiterate it. Cat's jumper is ugly. It's just
It's ugly, but
ugly.
I mean, it still converts. He could still step outside the arc and knock shots down. He stretches the floor for you.
You can.
I mean, it could be ugly as hell as long as it goes in.
I get it. I
Right?
get it.
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but man, the other night it wasn't going in, and it looked ugly.
No, it does. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's what you're talking about tonight anyway. You need to see him step up in order for Minnesota to take this game. You need to see Karl-Anthony Towns rebounding. And
Why?
you need to see him just imposing his will down there in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, who does
need to
Dallas have? Lively? That's pretty much it. A guy that's still learning the system, still young in the game. He should be wearing Lively out down low.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You need to see Rudy Gobert do his thing on the boards.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, that's what's good. That's what you took 10
No, I
over
didn't
10
take him today.
rebounds?
I'm not taking Rudy Gobert to ever do anything else again. I'm sorry, dude. 7-footer can't get 10 rebounds when that's your job.
Well, that's what they brought him in for.
That's your job. His job is to rebound and to block shots. That's it. And he couldn't get 10 rebounds. 10. Like,
Sad state of affairs.
dude. I've lost money on multiple 7-footers not grabbing 10 rebounds. And I'm like, that's your job.
Yeah, no, I think you need to see Anthony Edwards just do what he does. Get back to it, and just look at that game tape from the other night and be like, "Yep, okay, I didn't do my job. Now I need to step up on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
and do what you did in the last series to win it.
Yeah, yeah, but here's the thing: Kyrie's a different animal than Jamal Murray. I like Jamal Murray.
No, he is. He's more of a dog.
Yes, and I'm not a super huge as a person on Kyrie.
We know that. I mean, we've
at
talked
the same
about that
time,
before. His personality kind of sucks, but as a player, I mean, Kyrie's dominant, dude. He's
great.
He's fantastic. And I mean, imagine him and Luka. I didn't think it was going to work, but look at it.
They
where they're at,
actually look like they enjoy playing with one another.
They do.
I mean, we talked about this last week when Luka is coming out saying, "Hey, I'm dropping triple doubles and I'm not doing enough to help this guy."
That's crazy.
Insane, which makes you like Luka even more.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a guy be like that. Never.
Yeah. I think if Minnesota drops one here, that could be the series.
Minnesota loses tonight, it absolutely could be the series.
Yeah. And, you don't talk about game 2 as be a must-win game. Because I don't think it is, especially when, they took the first 2 and then lost the next 3 against Denver. They show they can overcome that kind of a challenge.
But doing that two rounds in a row.
You don't want to put yourself in that situation.
For a young team, too.
Yeah. You're right.
I say young, and they're
Karl Anthony Towns been in the league 9 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been in the league. Rudy Gobert's been around for a while. Mike Conley's been around for a while. I mean, it's pretty much.
It's just your superstars.
Yeah. But he's been a beast, and I need to see more. I need to see more of what he was in the Denver series, in this series.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're going to win.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's what I'm talking about. He's got to get back to what he was doing in the last round, and it's only one game, so we're blowing it a little out of proportion. But game 2, while it's of course not must win, to go on the road and be down 2-0,
not good.
That's not a good look, especially with giving a lot of momentum to this Dallas team.
Yeah.
So I think they come out, and that's why I took the Wolves on the money line tonight. I think Wolves will take this one. I find it hard to believe they let Kyrie do what he did in game 1 in 2 games in a row, as well as going back and just playing the same type of game. I mean, it was even though they were competitive, it was not a typical Minnesota performance, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Something you and I were talking about before the show started. Go to ESPN and the NBA homepage.
Yeah.
And scroll down just a little bit. And you should see them sweet kicks.
Oh, no, I see them now. Moccasin-style sneakers. So Kyrie has some moccasin tasseled. It looks like the tassels are on the heel of the shoe. They're very brown with a little bit of the gum sole, like that tan gum sole on them.
That's just crazy looking.
He doesn't have, but he also doesn't have a typical sponsor. Like his shoes are made by I think some random Chinese or Japanese company or South Korean company.
It's one of those companies probably paying him $100 million to wear them.
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely. I mean he's still making a buttload of money from it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably some Chinese company.
that's what I said. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
They're just, I don't know. They're semi ridiculous looking.
They are ridiculous looking, but that's his style. He's always wore some kind of flashy, off the wall type of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this one to get heated up for sure. We're about a month away from the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Lots of talk of Bronny being at the combine. Lots of people betting for him to be the top pick in the NBA draft, which
That
has
just seems
stupid odds right now. Which there's no way he will be, but people are betting it.
the only way I see him going number one overall is
See,
there's got to be a backdoor deal already in place. You take my kid number one, I'm coming there to play.
Sure, but I mean, it started at 1,000 to 1. It's going off at 200 to 1 now. That's how many people are throwing money at it.
Oh, I know. I was reading that article earlier.
It is. I mean,
that's just insane to
but
me.
do you waste a pick to get a past his prime LeBron on your team? Like, I see it with a small market team as, this is going to boost revenue. It's going to boost ticket sales. It's going to bring some excitement back into the program. Like, say, Charlotte, for instance.
It would.
I know they don't have the first pick, but small market team, you take a guy early like that to bring a LeBron James in. I don't like it. I much rather look to build towards the future and finding a guy that I can, but this draft is weak.
This draft is super weak.
Yeah.
That's what I was reading. There's some experts that are saying like having the number one pick in this year's draft is like having the number 10 pick in last year's draft.
Well, they say the number one pick in this is the equivalent to like a Tobias Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That's awful.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. And I'm not saying that none of these guys coming out couldn't play.
No, I mean, you look at a guy like, the international guys always are hit or miss. There's not been very many that are, like just surefire picks. Maybe Wemby was, I guess you would say. But,
yeah.
But Luka wasn't, a high draft pick.
Yeah.
I mean, Manu Ginobili was at the end of the second round.
I mean, there's a
and
lot
you
of
see
guys.
so
Tony
many
Parker
of them fail.
was like in the 20s.
Yeah, and you talk about like Darko Milicic was the number 2 pick and just didn't pan out. Word was the dude could play. He just didn't have the confidence to do it.
He was in the wrong place.
Detroit was not a good spot for him.
No. I mean, Larry Brown doesn't play young guys.
No. Yeah, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt at that time. But I mean, that's back to the point is, do these guys get in the right system? Do these guys get the opportunity to grow and learn? And that's why it's really hard for the international stuff. And like international scouts, their job is rough, because your job's on the line really. Because if you're all in on a guy and you tell, the powers that be that this is the guy we need to take at this number, and it doesn't hit, like your credibility is pretty much.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I trust a lot more of these Euro guys coming over because they've been in more of a professional atmosphere since they're like 14 years old, 14, 15 years old. They actually practice. It's not like AAU where they practice one time and then they go play 6 or 7 games.
No, I understand that, but you're also talking about the talent levels don't match what you see on the collegiate level. So when you get to see these guys for 1 year, like look at Rob Dillingham. And I know he's a Kentucky guy, but I got a lot of I got to watch him a lot this year, and seeing him play so much this year, that guy looks like a surefire pick to me. Now, is he going to be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? Who knows?
Who
Maybe.
knows?
He has the potential to be good and, be an all-star player. He definitely has the right mindset, the just the work ethic, everything I've seen out of that guy, and he just improved over the year. He just really put the team on his back and did big things. And granted, they lost in the first round and didn't get where we would hope for, but he's a talented dude nonetheless. And Reed Shepherd is as well. Reed Shepherd, any other draft, I don't think he's a top 5 pick, but that's what they're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Because of the
lack of better wording, weakness of this draft.
Yeah, exactly. I am a hype for him for sure, but he's gonna be on defense. He's a liability. He's not a strong defender, but the guy can shoot lights out.
Yeah.
And you're looking, I would say more of like a poor man's JJ Redick. He's not as lengthy as JJ is, and JJ played pretty good defense.
JJ surprisingly played very good defense in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
like
what
it was
I'm saying. Like
I
a
didn't
poor man's.
I didn't expect him to have the career that he had. I mean, I knew he could shoot.
Well, the game evolved with him too.
Yeah.
So you saw the game adapt to the 3-point shot and where it went and where it is now. And those guys are,
It's all about shooting the threes now.
Yeah, it's all about guys that can knock down open shots, and he's one of the best to do it.
When you're looking at 7-footers and you're expecting those guys to be able to come out there and do that now.
Yes.
That's
the big bodies aren't it. Like, I mean, Zach Edey over the last couple of years, what he did was develop a more solidified jump shot. I mean, that's why you saw Oscar Tshiebwe come back for a second year at Kentucky, because he was trying to learn how to hit a jump shot. And yeah, I mean, he's developing into a good player. He's been back and forth in the league, in the G League.
A lot of these guys, like, I don't know. I just don't see, like, I don't see anybody in this upcoming draft. Like, I see, like, some potential, but there's going to be somebody in this draft, because there's somebody in every draft that's like, man, who knew that guy was going to be good?
You're right.
Who knew? I mean, look at all the Villanova guys.
Yeah.
In New York.
And look what they put together.
Yeah. They just ran out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I mean, that's the way Tibbs does things, though.
Yeah, but everybody gives Tibbs, like, all right, they're giving him, they talk a lot of smack about the way he does. I like the way Tibbs does. I like that he expects you to play defense.
I think it's a little bit too much of an old school mentality for this generation of players, though.
And why is that? Because this generation is soft.
No, you're right. I mean, we know that. I mean, you don't see guys play the same way they did. And for one, they can't, because you can't be as aggressive as you used to be. But at the same time, the flopping crap and the working more towards trying to get a foul,
trying to create a foul than actually a foul happening.
It takes a lot of the enjoyment out of the game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they do that a lot. And that's what drives me crazy when you see these guys. The players from, like, the generation I watched, from, like, the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. Oh, they wouldn't make it into the 80s game. Dude, those cats were scoring 120 points in an era in which I thought the defense then was better than the defense is now.
I think so. And you're also talking about guys that would play 82 games.
Yeah. They didn't care. We're going to play.
Well, it's almost like they had more of a will to win than what you see today. Now, are there guys in the league like that? Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
Definitely. But there's so many guys in this league that, they're more about the lifestyle that comes with playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
And, a loss doesn't hurt like it hurt previous generations.
Well, that's why they put.
And from what I can see and what I don't see anything in the locker room or whatever, so I don't want to take that away. But at the same time, you can see it by their actions off the court and just
the whole load management era.
Yeah,
that's exactly
it's weak in our opinion, but we sound like old mid now because that's what we're doing. Is blah blah back in my day.
I am.
I mean,
I will still say
it. Back in my day, I thought the league was better.
I mean,
but it's more profitable than it ever has been. So,
well, I mean, everything is. I
sure.
mean, you look at what franchises were worth then compared to what franchises are worth now.
Yeah, I mean, inflation, all that crap. I know that all comes into
play.
Look
at Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban bought the Dallas Mavericks for $200 million.
I know.
And he just sold it for what, 3.4 or something like that? 3.8 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not terrible.
No, I mean
Jordan did the same thing.
He bought it dirt cheap for Charlotte and rebranded them back to what they were known for, which needed to be done.
Yeah.
And the Bobcats was trash.
They actually bought all their records and stuff back from New Orleans. Like team records and stuff. They bought them all.
Well, why wouldn't they?
They should have. They did. It was great. It was great strategy.
No, because New Orleans isn't the Hornets, and we know that.
No. Yeah. I'm glad they're not anymore. So, excuse me.
So, I mean, with the only 2 matchups left in basketball until the finals, not much more to really touch on here.
No, I mean, we can get in baseball a little bit, but, we both are in the same kind of
crappy bets right now.
And we're also both in the same mind frame that baseball really doesn't start until July.
Yeah, well, after All-Star break, it gets heated. I just secured tickets to Phillies on June 30th. Super excited for that. Yeah, they play the Marlins. So hoping for a win.
I won't bet on that game for you then.
Yeah, don't do that, please.
I mean, that's my 2 Achilles heels playing each other.
They are. Ooh, Pittsburgh is up 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th with runners on the corners and no outs. I love watching the Braves get beat, man.
I lost that
so
bet.
Happy.
I lost the Toronto bet. I lost the Seattle bet. I didn't put anything on KC.
6-1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Milwaukee.
Cincinnati's down 5-4, bottom of the 5th, no outs. So I still have a shot in that one. That one's probably going to do it for me. Phillies play the Rockies, so I'm hoping we do fine there. That one just kicked off. It's at the top of the 1st right now. Phillies up to bat.
Look at my Mets, 5-2. What is going on here?
Did you bet against them? They'll win when you bet against them.
Nah, I didn't bet against them. I didn't bet on them. I don't know. Dude, I can't win bets against the White Sox for some reason.
Yeah.
They're terrible. I can't win bets against the Marlins for some reason. I can't win bets when I bet with the Phillies.
I told you the strategy behind it. We're not going to give that away, but I'm.
Yeah, but when the Phillies playing the Marlins.
Yeah, but that's not till the end of next month.
They've already played though.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I mean, to hype up my Phils, they are the best team in baseball still. This is 2 weeks running we talking about this.
Yeah.
And they're extending their lead on best record in baseball. They are sitting at 37-14. I mean, they are on a 6-game heater right now, 9-1 in their last 10 games. They have the most runs scored in baseball with the best run differential at +93.
Pretty good.
They are hitting the ball very well, and this is without Trey Turner.
I know. That's the biggest surprise about the whole thing. Yeah. They're playing like this without Turner. It's almost one of those like, hey, man, you just stay over there for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's ride this thing out with you for a little while.
And they've played some of the best pitchers on record for the year so far. Now, they haven't played some of the best teams offensively, but in terms of pitching, they've played some of the best pitchers. I read a stat earlier that was pretty phenomenal. I can't remember. It was a certain number of the top 25 pitchers in the league, and combined, they have a 6.93 ERA against the Phillies.
That's pretty disgusting.
That is. So,
Pretty bad.
Phillies are hitting the ball well against good pitching, and that's impressive. Now, I am a Philadelphia fan, so I'm also a realist, and they're going to let me down somewhere.
When they going to hit the wall for a little bit?
Yeah, it will happen sooner or later. Hopefully after October, that would be fine with me. You know, but I doubt that happens. I am a realist.
It's usually September.
Yeah. That's when we've been heating up recently. The last 2 years we heated up in September, so I'm hoping that continues. But yeah, maybe some All-Star break lull or something would happen. But Phil's still best team in baseball. They got a 6-game lead on the Braves in the National League. And if they win tonight and the Braves lose, they'll take that to 7. And it's looking like the Braves are going to lose to a bad Pirates team.
Well, you say bad, but they're only 6 games worse than the Braves are at the moment in the win column.
Well, yeah, but there's a 10-game spread in the loss column.
Yeah.
And then there are almost 100 runs difference in run differential. So
Yeah, I see that.
This is a series that the Braves should take, and they're not having their night, especially for a team that has such a great offense.
I don't know what's going on with the Braves right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little on the surprising side, to be honest.
I mean, their runs against us, I think, one of the best in baseball. If I'm not mistaken, they're just not putting up the runs. Yeah, they've allowed 169 runs. That is second best behind the Yankees, who've allowed 168. But they've only scored 218 runs.
That offense is struggling right now then.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when the Brewers have more runs than you do, that's a little shocking.
Yeah.
Although the Brewers have been hitting the ball well.
Brewers have been playing very well. I mean, the Dodgers are playing well.
Yeah. Although the Dodgers are on a 2-game losing streak, and if the Reds can come back and win me this bet, then that would make it 3.
We were talking about the Twins at one time, right? Weren't they on a heater at one point?
They were on a heater, but they've been 3-7 in their last
10. Yeah.
Yeah, so back to normal Twins baseball action.
Hey,
but they're still in the central of the AL, and that means the Tigers and White Sox are also there. And the White Sox are the worst team in baseball.
They are.
Yes.
That they are. My Royals pick is starting to look pretty damn good, though.
No, we both took the Royals there, and they're only a game and a half back behind the Guardians.
Look at those two teams: 9-1 for the Guardians in their last 10, 8-2 in the last 10 for the Royals.
Yeah, both on 6-game heaters. But the always competitive American League East, that one's pretty tight all around. I mean, the 10.5 spread between all 5 teams.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No,
for this time of year.
And
I mean, it could be the Marlins, who are 20 back.
Yes. That's kind of tough when you're in the division with the best team in baseball. But, I mean, two good teams. The Yankees and Orioles are both very good teams, and they're both in the same division. It's like, I mean, they're basically the equivalent of the Phillies and the Braves right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Above, head and shoulders above the rest of their division. And, I mean, really with the Guardians, they have their game and a half difference between the Yankees and the Guardians.
I mean, the worst division in baseball right now looks like the AL West.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
Mariners
only one team above 500.
And the Mariners are only 3 games above 500. They've lost their last 2, 5-5 in the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have a negative run differential. The thing was, the Mariners were pitching lights out for a minute.
They were.
They allowed like 1 run and
their starting lineup.
Games.
Yeah, their starting lineup's ERA was ridiculous as far as their starting pitchers, and they have just
Yeah, there was a 7-game stretch where they allowed 1 run, and it's like, whew, that's impressive.
Which also means the Angels are not out of that division yet.
Not yet. Only 6.5 back of first. They're tied with the lovable losers of the Oakland A's.
Yeah, man. Who I was hoping would do something, but they're still only 6.5 out. Who knows? Who knows? But I got to imagine they're going to be one of those sellers.
Yeah, I mean they have.
I got to imagine Mason's not going to be there. Isn't that his name?
The closer. Yeah, no, he'll probably get sold. I mean, especially with the anticipation of the move to Vegas. I mean, you got to imagine the Angels got to be thinking of selling, right?
I would think. I want to know why Mike Trout is not said, "Hey, get me the hell out of here."
Maybe it's one of those things behind the scenes where it's like, "Hey, if y'all can trade me, let's do it." I mean, the guy's just wasting away down there.
I think he's hurt right now.
He is. Yeah, he's out. We talked about that.
Yeah, I think he said he wouldn't do the season-ending surgery that would allow him to
come back and play.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I hate it for him, man.
He's going to go on that list of all-time greats to never win one.
It's kind of like Griffey. Griffey was just such a phenomenal player, and then when he ended up in Cincinnati, it came off the rails with injuries, man.
Yeah, injury bug bit him.
Yeah, bad.
I mean, he still ended up with 630 home runs, but his last 4 seasons, he was
not
hurt.
More than that. Yeah, he stayed hurt, and the thing was, he was on pace to break the all-time record in home runs.
Easy. And it wasn't even I've got to sit here and blast 50. I just need 30.
No, he didn't need the 71 home run season to get there. He didn't need all that. He didn't need the steroids. He was just going to do it on his own accord.
Sweetest swing in baseball.
God, it always has been, too.
Just effortless.
Yeah.
Just effortless, but, neither here nor there. Goes back to the old guy stuff with that generation, too. But, I don't know. Other than that, man, it's a slow sports week for us.
It is. I mean, this is what kind of happens, and we come down to it. But with baseball, it's just heating up. We're just getting there. So
yeah,
it's not a whole lot of news that are coming out. Not big trades yet. That stuff will all come in due time.
Oh yeah. First 2 weeks of July, it'll be on fire.
Oh yeah.
Be on fire, and then will be spring. Then will be training camps for football, and then it's all over from there for us.
Yeah. Hey, we are fortunate though. You have hockey playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You got both the conference finals happening there. The Rangers, who were there for the first time in how long? They're playing the Panthers right now. They're in the first period. They're up 1-0 over the Panthers. Florida does lead that series 1-0. I'm not going to claim to know a whole lot about hockey at all, but I do enjoy to watch it.
I like watching it. I kind of stopped watching it once the Hurricanes went out.
Yeah, it does kind of suck some of the wind out of it for you. It's not as fun because you don't have a team that you're legitimately pulling for.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk about New York. I mean, I'm not pulling for the Rangers by any means.
No, I'm fine with the Panthers winning in that one.
That would be cool. Yeah, one of the teams from the South win.
It would be. It would be. I gotta imagine that would be an outstanding parade.
It would probably be lame.
In Miami?
For a hockey team?
Oh, dude, it was.
For a hockey team they've talked about moving before?
Dude, it would still be pretty sweet.
I don't know, man.
I think it'd be better than you think it would be.
Maybe. Then you've got Edmonton.
It's still a parade in June
in Miami. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you probably have a bunch of people that just participate in it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
you got Edmonton and Dallas in the Western Conference Finals. Edmonton's up 1-0 in that. So there is a Canadian team.
Still alive.
Yeah. But it's been a long time since a Canadian team has won the NHL Stanley Cup.
Oh, Lord, Stanley's Cup.
Oh, Lord, Stanley's Cup. Which is probably one of the best trophies in sports.
It's probably, honestly, it's probably the best trophy in North American sports. Even greater than the Lombardi.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Lombardi's not anything special in terms of its look and its history. And
but just the way they treat the cup. It's
fantastic. It gets passed around and people get to, celebrate with it. It's the tradition behind it is fantastic.
Everybody gets to keep it for a day. You can do whatever you want with it.
Mm-hmm. As most of them drink out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is exactly my first thought is I'm chugging a beer out of that thing.
Let's pour some booze in it and let's roll.
Yeah, I want to chug a beer out of it. Right? That's what I would do.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir.
So I'm not going to make any prediction on what happens in any of these playoffs because I don't know.
I do know the Oilers probably have the best player still left in McDavid.
Yep.
I have seen highlights and kind of read about him. He's just...
Dude has 132 points on the year. That's nuts. 32 goals and 100 assists.
He's a stud, bro.
Yeah. That's nuts.
He is legit.
But this is what they looked for when they drafted him. So
they're getting it.
They are.
They are getting it.
Down 1-0 though.
But anyway, what's next, man?
Or no, they're up 1-0. Sorry, they stole one against Dallas. Sorry. Yep. Well, I'm super excited for summertime. I mean, we have the Olympics this year, right?
Yep.
But in addition to the Olympics is the Euros. And I am a huge soccer fan.
You are?
You know, so the Euros is a month long. It's like June 14th to July 14th. And it's basically the World Cup of Europe. And where are the best players? In Europe.
Yeah.
So get to see all my favorite players all play for, their national teams and just go out there and, I mean, it's just fantastic football, really. It's so fun.
I'm going to have to do one of those Saturday mornings with you.
Oh, yeah, man. The games start at 9 o'clock. They play, I think, about 3 a day. They're 9, 12, and 3 o'clock. I mean, so it's a full day of just 3 straight matches. I can't wait.
Maybe you can send me to soccer school.
I will. I mean, I'll educate you. I will for sure. Now, if we get, my buddy John from Around with the Boys Pod, or you get my little brother Ryan here. Now, those guys, I know a good amount about it, but those two, they know a ton. And maybe before the Euros, we'll get one of them on and we'll cover what we can look for. Being that all 3 of us are actually huge Hotspur supporters, we'll probably be pulling for England in this thing, just because a lot of our players and former players will be participating.
Yeah, I get it.
The great Harry Kane will be back in England to play in this, so very excited just for the entire summer. But in addition to that, now we do have the Olympics, and Summer Olympics are always fun, man.
I always get into Olympics. I always get into like the most obscure sports.
Yeah, the Winter Olympics has the best obscure sport to watch.
Oh, dude, it's curling all day long
Always,
in the Olympics.
Buddy.
All day
it,
long,
man.
dude.
And you sit there as just an average Joe, and you're like, I could do that shit.
100%.
I definitely could do that.
100%.
Yeah.
Like.
And there's so much more behind it, and we're sitting here like, yeah, I could do it, and then you get out there and try it, and you're like, ooh, no, you're not good at this.
No, what curling reminds me of, curling looks like something like, because I mean, you can go right down the road here. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, the
At the Ice House.
Ice House has a skating rink. You could probably. I bet they have a curling league.
They got a curling league. I'm wondering.
What?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Not playing curling. Because
It's
I got to
time to
imagine
start.
it's beer league curling.
Well, of course. What else would it be?
I don't know, dude. That's what got me on curling. Is that and
Let's go.
unfortunately, I say unfortunately, that's not why I really watch it. It wasn't men's curling that got me into it.
His chick's bending over,
Ah,
scrubbing the ice with a broom.
it was just the year I discovered women's curling. It was the Swedish curling team, and it was just 6-foot ponds.
Well, I mean, watch the Olympics this summer.
Oh, I'm going to.
The
going to.
Swedish will be participating, sir.
It is. It's that summer in the Summer Olympics is table tennis for me.
Table tennis.
Yeah, because that is ridiculous to watch. Super like
Imagine one of it will be. Yeah, well, it will be women's soccer. So
women's soccer would be pretty good.
that's always fun to watch.
I think
I mean,
golf
we're
is actually-
competitive as a nation in soccer with the women.
I think
And
golf
that
is actually
makes it
going to be
more
in it this
enjoyable.
year.
Golf.
I think.
Oh,
we'll be-
wasn't it in the last Summer Olympics?
I can't remember. Maybe
think
it
it
was.
was.
They added something else. There was something else they added this year that was going to be in it. I can't believe they put like skateboarding and that kind of stuff in. That
No,
stuff's
I like
crazy.
that. That's awesome. I mean, there's so much stuff during the Summer Olympics to watch. So I can't wait for that. I mean, it gives us more talking points for this summer, for sure.
Here, I'm looking at the new Olympic sports for 2024. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let's see. No, I'm not reading this. I am not reading this. Paris 2024 will feature the debut of breakdancing as an Olympic event.
Lame.
Breakdancing?
Lame.
What?
What else we got?
Breakdancing, surfing,
Surfing. That's good.
skateboarding
That's
returns,
always
and
been a huge fan of watching.
sport
surfing.
climbing.
Okay.
I've seen a
interesting.
couple of videos of that stuff where it's the climbing walls and that's
How quick those people will get up those things?
like
They-
6 seconds and it's
Yeah.
boom.
Woo. That's crazy.
3-on-3 basketball.
Yes. I like that. That's awesome.
That
Because you watch any of the big three during the summer?
I watched some.
It's
Some.
not bad. I mean, of course, it's the older players.
It's
and
old.
whatnot.
It's old heads
Yeah.
still playing.
They still got it.
Yeah. They got enough to play in that.
Hey,
The breakdancing.
breakdancing's lame.
Don't get that at all. I will take a look at it though. I want to see what is going to be qualified as a good breakdancing performance.
Well, you still get the regular stuff too. So you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get all the aquatics. You're gonna get all the swimming, which is you're probably the most popular, right?
Swimming, diving,
Then you get handball, which is cool.
polo,
Polo.
water polo is good.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, sticking with that, and then you get archery,
Yeah, that's pretty
volleyball.
impressive. So, ooh, beach volleyball.
Yes,
There we go. I'm in.
they added football this year.
Flag football?
There's football in this lineup. Of course, you have weightlifting and wrestling, regular tennis,
The wrestling's not bad.
rowing's pretty exciting. The cycling, nah, I'm not big on.
Yeah.
The shooting's always fun.
What's that winter sport? The biathlon where it's skiing and then they get to a place and they got to shoot. And then they ski for another mile and then they got to shoot again. I always thought that was the craziest bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be flag football.
If it's flag football,
They had it last year, or last Olympics in 2020.
I don't remember seeing flag
Me
football.
either. I do not.
I am in on it, though. I am in.
That's fine with me.
I am in on flag football.
Let's go. I mean, it's fun to watch during the
Yeah, the
Uh,
the Pro Bowl game essentially now is a flag football game.
right, that's what I was getting at. Unless it's, regular soccer football. And it could be that. They're just spelling it wrong. Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's going to be my guess. But didn't they mention bringing, like, gridiron football?
I think they mentioned it at one time, but
Yeah.
like I don't know how good it would be because I can't imagine our best players would play.
No, why would they? Especially when they're, in summer workouts and everything like that. It's just not going to work out. And you're not risking injury for that.
Baseball's coming back in 2028.
There it is. That's good. Yeah, it's got to be international football.
Yeah, well,
Should have done research
2024.
before we did this.
The football tournament of the 2024 Olympics will be held.
Yeah, it's just gonna be men and women's, I'm sure.
Hang on, I'm looking
It'll be
at
July
this.
24th to August 10th.
In Paris. Two events kind of tournament associated with it. Oh, it's some kind of FIFA thing.
Yeah, so it's soccer. It is not an Olympic sport. It's been considered as a potential sport, and they've been talking about it to introduce it in 24 or 28.
Yeah, it won't be good.
Because you're not going to get the best of the best at that time.
It'll be the USFL. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
It'll be those guys.
But it gives you some football to watch during the
Yeah, but I haven't watched any of that.
summer.
I haven't watched any of the UFL.
I haven't either. But that kind of kicks off in the spring. It's not really summer.
It's going on right now, and I haven't watched 1 second of it.
Yeah, well. But a lot to look forward to there.
Yeah. One of these days, man. One of these days.
I ain't got anything else on the docket, man.
I've got nothing. How's the challenge going for you?
The challenge sucks when it comes to drinking. It does. I went out to eat to El Cerro Mexican restaurant for those not in Wilmington, and just the temptation to have a margarita.
Can't go out to a Mexican restaurant and not have a margarita.
I know. I did though. It is awful.
That sounds terrible.
It is. And just like I follow like a bunch of breweries and like just different beer Instagram shit, and it's always on there. It's like, damn it, man. I just want a beer so bad. I do have a cheat day tomorrow, so because it's Memorial Day weekend, so we built in those cheat days. Tomorrow we're going to utilize one of those as a cheat day.
Tomorrow you're going to be hammered.
I don't want to be.
But I'm going to be.
I'm going to make the most of it. Let's put it that way.
As you should, my friend. As you should.
To drink for one day, and I don't get to drink again until Father's Day. So that would be the 18th. That's my other cheat day. Or 16th. Somewhere around there. I can't remember.
That's a long way away, brother.
It is, man. So got to make the most of it.
That'll be near the end of the challenge.
It will. And then the end of the challenge is when I go to Lexington. I'm going to go to Zach Bryan concert in Ohio with my brother and niece. So super excited about that. But it ends then on purpose. It was the dates around there.
I got you.
Yeah. The other part of it's fun.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Yeah. That's the best part of it. It makes up for the not drinking part. Logistics have been kind of weird at times. So sometimes it's kind of like planned out and it's under pressure. It's really awkward when you got a time limit. You know.
I'm available from 3:10 to 3:27.
Exactly. And that shit sucks. So.
My word.
Sometimes you've got to postpone things, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm very aware of what you mean.
We have makeup days.
Is that twice a day?
Yeah.
Is that your 2-a-days?
The 2-a-days, yeah. You end up with 2-a-days, which are fine.
Did you add that to your CBA?
Yeah, that's in the collective bargaining agreement between two people.
Oh, Lord, this is great.
Yeah, but we won down. Well, almost down. I mean, this is Friday, so 2 more days of that. But the logistics are not an issue at this point until, in the middle of next week. So we'll see how that goes. But another update coming at you next week for sure.
I'm sure I'll ask. Even though, really, truthfully, it's none of my business. But I just like picking on you for the fact.
No, man, we brought it to the show. It's already here.
I know.
So now it's everybody's
Worst part about, I started to, if I didn't have, guests with me today.
Yeah.
I would be sitting here drinking a beer in front of you.
Just
you know
teasing you. It'd be so difficult if you had a beer.
I know it would.
I mean, I'm not going to hate if you want one. By all
no,
means.
No, no,
no. There's more than enough beer here for you to be drinking.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
I can go grab about whatever I wanted.
Exactly. My vice is energy drink right now. So
now I'll just stick to the tea, brother. I'll stick to the tea today.
Yeah.
I'll support you in spirit during the show.
I like it. It's not fun, though. That portion of it is not fun.
Well, I got to imagine coming home after a shit day. It's just like, God damn it, I want to crack a beer.
Just one beer. It's not like I want to get hammered. I just want
Just
to have
one.
a beer. They're delicious. I love beer.
They
good,
are
man.
delicious.
Yeah.
Man. Well, you want to wrap it up today?
Yeah, man. Not much else. Let's watch this Mavericks and T-Wolves match.
Yeah, that doesn't look
Luke
good.
is over there stretching right now. That doesn't look good.
No, that doesn't look good at all.
Where are we at? Halftime?
Are we?
Or at least the end of the first quarter. Who had 6 points from Gafford in the first?
It is 35-26. Start of the second.
Good. So far, the over 207 is on track.
Yeah, that's looking good.
And Minnesota's winning, so let's keep it up.
Let's look at these stat lines. That's what I got. I got a bunch of prop bets going on.
You and I both.
Luke is doing his thing. That's cool. He's got 9 already.
Good.
That is
Although
good.
Luca's hobbling up the floor.
Towns has got 7 already, so that's good for me. That's good. Ooh,
Where's Kyrie?
Lively with his 10 is not looking good so far.
Is he sitting at 0?
Nah, he's got 3.
Oh, that's not bad. 3 each quarter, man. You'll get there.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just got 1 from the free throw line.
There's
Carl
just got 2.
I think what I'm watching is we might be ahead of the game because I think this is where he's going to score.
Nice.
See,
all right.
Lively in the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Gotta get them both. Well, that'll wrap up another episode of Just a Bit Outside.
Yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does.
Until next week, we will possibly have at least one of these teams showing up for the finals or be able to announce which one's in the finals.
Oh, damn, that called up quick. It is 40-28.
Yeah, good. Keep scoring.
Mm.
All right, man. Till next week.
Yes, sir, brother.
We
Till
will do
next
it.
week.